Alright, Shalom. First of all, I'm going to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are firmly pushing the word in sincerity and in faith, and Shalom to all the sincere believers. Now, this lesson is going to be based on 250 people that got displaced in Mount Vernon after an apartment building fire. So, through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and Lord's will, you're edified. It says the building fire that tore through a Mount Vernon apartment complex has left all 250 residents displaced, authorities with the city's Office of Emergency Management announced late Sunday. Authorities say 150 people are in immediate need of shelter, with 75 to 100 others believed to be traveling. Flames shot out of the top floors of the large building at 30 Cottage Avenue. Said, I got my family out. I ran upstairs, told my parents who live a floor above me, said resident Eric Espinal. So we stayed in the building for at least 10 to 15 minutes, just telling everybody, fire, fire, get out, knocking on doors. Said the fire started in a top floor kitchen, according to the Mount Vernon Fire Department. The flames got out of control and spread to the cock loft, the space between the ceiling and the roof. The entire building of more than 100 units had to be evacuated. So they found heavy fire coming out of the 7th floor on the Cottage Avenue side, said Chief of Operations Juan Peralta. Said there was also 2 victims at the window where they needed rescue. They put the aerial up and they have a mother and daughter. They took them out by the ladder through the window. The main damage is on the 2 top floors of the building, but all other floors suffered water damage. So that mother and daughter are being evaluated for injuries. However, police say there were no significant injuries reported. So I don't think it's going to be home anymore, said Espinal. Not with this kind of damage. Mount Vernon Mayor Sean Patterson Howard said the city has contacted about 50 churches, which will be sending over its clothing ministry and food. Holmes Elementary School will serve as a massive shelter for the next 5 nights, according to the OEM. That includes Thanksgiving, when officials hope to have a holiday meal prepared for fire victims. Social services assistance will be offered starting Monday. Yep. And through the Spirit, I've been saying that as it got closer to Thanksgiving, these type of judgments, the fires breaking out were going to increase because, so many people are cooking, trying to get those holiday meals prepped. And the Lord usually ends up having, apartment building fires break out or house fires, and sure enough, 250 people got displaced due to a fire. Isaiah 29:6, Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm, and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. And that's what those people just got hit with, a flame of devouring fire. And now 250 people have gotten displaced, and basically nobody can live in that apartment complex anymore. All the people that wanted to spend the holidays at home, they no longer have a home. And that's just how quickly things can change. Isaiah 48:22, there is no peace, saith the Lord Yahweh, unto the wicked. And that's right. And the wicked people are the ones who are still celebrating that wicked, unholy day. And this is the type of thing that people are supposed to be getting used to. The men of the Lord have been saying, get used to these type of things happening, especially around these unholy days that people love to celebrate. They should expect more and more of the judgment of the Lord to be poured out, because the Lord is not playing with these people. Psalm 7 and 11, Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. And that's right. The Heavenly Father is angry with these wicked people every day. That's why every day, fires are breaking out. People are getting wounded. People are getting killed. People are getting shot. People are getting stabbed. You know, just judgment goes out every day. The Lord pours out his wrath every day upon these people, these wicked people with whom he is angry with. Psalms 9 and 16. The Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higgaion Selah. And this fire that resulted in 250 people being displaced was the judgment of the Lord. Like, yeah, people who are going to be in the school as a shelter, they'll still be able to celebrate the holiday, but it's not going to be the same as being able to do it at home. So the people are not really going to be able to enjoy it to the extent that they otherwise would have been able to. And like it says in 2 Ezra 8 and 50, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. And every day we see examples of those many great miseries being poured out upon these people. 2 Timothy 3 and 1 says, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. You look up the definition of perilous and it means full of danger or risk. And we are in some dangerous times because the Lord is pouring out his wrath upon the earth more and more. More judgment is going forth. More people are getting wounded and killed, and more destruction is taking place, and more great miseries are happening. But those of us of the hopeful elect, we already knew that this was coming, because the Lord has blessed us with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these scriptures. So we expect to see exactly what we're seeing, and we expect to see a whole lot worse in the coming days and weeks and months to follow. And 2026 is going to be even worse than this year, because every year has been worse than the last, especially since 2020. We are in the last days, and America does not have much longer before the Lord wipes this place out completely. And those of us of the hopeful elect are greatly looking forward to that. So for all you sincere brothers and sisters out there, regardless of what you're going through in your life, just continue to rejoice and, be thankful and send up thanks and praise to the Lord, because he's bringing this place down. He's bringing judgments nonstop. So we don't have much longer that we're going to have to endure being in this unholy, system. But with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. Closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakudash, the Wadi Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Honors to our brothers who are still fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith, and shalom to all the sincere believers. I hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up, and Adawan Ratazah. Until next time, shalom.